Hello everybody. In this screencast we're gonna solve assignment 4, the iOS version where you have multiple view controllers and you're sending data between these view controllers, data forward, data backward, using unwind segue, using delegate protocol approach, and also using notification center. Alright, so let's see what does it say. So there is a welcome screen, so you're given also a skeleton app. When you run the app for the first time, the welcome screen shows up. When you click the start, we want to go to the next screen. Alright, I'm not going to use navigation here, which makes this look much better, but just to show you how I'm going to send data back and forth, I'm not going to use navigation. Alright. Okay, so let's see where we are at here. And here is the simulator. Make it a little bit to the side here so you can see the simulator. Where is it? Where is the simulator? Here is the simulator. And then when it loads, it shows the welcome screen. Good. So here's the welcome screen, and we're good to go. It should show up now. So now when you click on the start button, we want to go to the identification info. Perfect. So to do that, I'm just going to use the simple approach of wiring this button to going from here, control, release, show. All right, here we are. And I'm going to run this. Let's see what happens. There it is. Here we are. I click on the start button, shows the identification info. Perfect. So now we can do some validation checking and so on. Now the next button, I'm not gonna wire it directly because I have to do some validation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from here to here, and I'm gonna click on show. So now basically what's gonna happen is that and then there is a segue, give it a name, give it an identifier. Let's say, for example, go to demographic segue. All right, here it is. I'm going to copy the segue from here. And I would like the identification view controller, right click, assistant, and it shows me the assistant. Perfect. So now I'm going to go in, get the name. Okay, here we are. This is the name text field. All right, so here's that. And then similarly the email text field. Here's the email. All right, and then this guy is the segmented control. So this is the role segmented control. All right, cool. So we have these. Okay, cool. So we have these. We're good here. And then on button click, there's that. Drag. Oops. Where is the control button? Here we are. Control, drag, drop. And this is on next clicked. And here we are. Cool. So we can do some checks. We can have let name equal to name text field dot text. Let email text field let email equal email text field dot text, and unwrap. And then the segmented control, we want to find out which one is selected, right? So we'll do var role equal student, right? And then we do if role segmented control dot index selected index is equal to 1, and then else if it's equal to 2, right? So it's one of these. See, the student one is default by selected by default. Else if, okay, so this is 2. All right, then the role equals something else. That's why I declared it as var, because it can change. Student, employee, and other. Alright. So now I'm gonna do print here just for the sake of testing. Put a breakpoint and let's run it. Alright. Here we are. Okay, it starts, and we go type something, type some name here, type some email here, some name, and make it employee. Click on next, and I put a breakpoint, and if you look here, the role is employee, email, and name. Perfect. So it seems to be working, right? Now let's create an object. So basically, do we have an object here that we called response? So we go right here, new file, and Swift. We call it, let's say, response. All right, here we are, and it's a class response. All right, here we are, and let's say we have let name string, let email also string, and then let email name and what? Email name and role. I can make them optional, but I know that if I do this, I can do an init, something like this, because I know that I'm going to initialize the response like this. So let's go back to the storyboard. So basically now we can do some checks, right? So basically I can do some checks here. If name is empty, else if role is empty, right? And then here it's saying that I should show an alert. Okay, perfect. So now in order to show an alert, let me go in and right click, create a new window here, and I'll do iOS alert dialog, right? Okay, dialog, there it is, iOS alert dialog, alerts, let's see. All right, best practices, blah blah blah, buttons. I need an example. Okay, iOS alert dialog, iOS alert dialog documentation. All right, I am not using Swift UI here. Let's say with UI kit. Let's say UI kit. UI kit, UI view. Here it is. All right, here it is. Good. So now I'm going to do a small trick. You see, I need this every here and then, right? So basically what I could do, I can do a couple of things. So I need something that to enable me to show this dialog, right? So what I could do is I can extend the UIViewController class, right? So I can do extension UIViewController, right? And in that extension, I am going to create a method. I'll call, so for example, a function, right? Show error message, right? And basically it does something here. So basically you send me the title of what you want to do. So basically it's a title, it's a string, and message is also a string, right? And basically it's just showing an error message, right? So basically I'm going to create an alert. So basically I'm going to do let alert equal UI alert controller UI alert controller, UI something like this. That's what I want. Okay, and this is the title that's passed on, title, and this is the message that's coming in. All right, and basically I want a alert.add action, UI alert action, title and style. So we'll do something like that, and we can do also handler if we want. So title and style. So basically title is going to be, let's say, okay, style I'm going to use .default. Right, here we are. Okay, and then basically we're going to do self.presents and alert, that's the view controller, and then true. All right, so basically you see now I extended the UIViewController. You see here, this is a UIViewController. So now anytime you use a UIViewController, now you will have this method. Cool. Now, so basically now here I check to see if it's empty. I'm going to do show error message, and then here is I could say, for example, identification, right? Error, right, or ID error or something like that, ID error, and then for example enter valid name. And then similarly here I can do the same thing here. If role is empty, enter valid email, right, or enter valid, not role, I mean email, right? Else we're good to go, right? So else we can create a user object, or what do you call it, our response object. Let response. So now that response object we will send it, but let me show you. So let's run this and show you this. Small tricks make life a little bit easier. So here we are. Click on next, and you see here ID error, enter valid name. Let's enter name. Click here, and you see enter valid email. Like that. Next, we have all of it. Okay, good. So now what I'm going to do is, I know that when everything is said and done, I want to go from this screen to this screen, and I want to send it the response object. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to the next screen, which is going to be what? Next screen is the demographic screen. All right. So if we go back here, the demographic view controller, we create a variable that's going to hold that. So basically we'll do var response question mark. All right, so that's the response object that I want to send across, right? And if we go back to the identification view controller, we go back here, we know that we're going to go, and this is the demographic segue. Here's the demo, go to demographic segue. Go back to the identification. When everything is good, we're going to perform perform with identifier, and this is the ID, self is the sender. All right, now before we do that, I need to initialize an object, so that because I want to send that object across, so what I'm going to do is, I need a variable to hold the object, because in order to send it, I will send it in prepare for segue. So now here I'll do response equal response, and then open up this name, email, and role. All right, so that's the response. We're good here. Now where do I catch it? I catch it in prepare for segue. So we go here, I'll go here and do prepare for segue, and then you do it if segue dot identifier is equal to this, right? Let view controller that I'm going to is segue dot destination as demographic view controller, then view controller dot response equal self dot response. All right, so now when we go here, I can go in and let's say print here to show you, print, let's say response dot name. I'm gonna print the name just to show you that. All right, this. All right, we're here. We click on this. Let's do Bob here. b@b.com. Click on next, and you see here it says optional Bob. Good. So we are passing the data forward from one screen to the next. Good. Perfect. Now what happens next is the select items, right? So basically to do these selects, and it's supposed to be very straightforward. Each one of them, you're going to do it using a different approach. So basically we are done with all of this. The first one, which is the education level, we'll do it with the unwind segue. All right, so to do the unwind segue, we're going to unwind back here. So basically we need to implement the method in here. That's where we're going to unwind, right? And in order to do that, there is a boilerplate code that we need, and the method, if you look at the video, it shows you exactly what we need to do. So it's something like this. So basically we need to unwind. We just need an IB action, and we call it a function. And then and basically how many unwinds do we need to do? So let's see, only one unwind. So basically I'm going to unwind from let's say selecting education, right? Selecting from education, edu, right? Something like that. And basically here you need an unwind segue, and it's called the UI storyboard. Segue, and here we are. Cool. So that's the unwind edu, and that's the only one that we're gonna come back from. And now let's go and implement this edu thing. All right, so basically to go from here to the edu, we just wire up the button because there is no selector that we need to do or anything that we need to verify. So I'm going to go from here, Control Z, from here to here, and I'm going to show. All right, cool. So now if we run this, basically here we are, start, right? And next is not going to work out, so let's go here, type some name here, type some name here, click on next, and now I click on select and it shows up this. Good. So now upon selecting any of them except the cancel just dismisses, and all of these do the same exact same thing. All right, good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and there is an unwind segue. So if you click here, and this is the if you click on this guy, there is an unwind. You see here, there should be an unwind somewhere here. So now what if I go from here to the exit? What happens? Let's see, control and to the exit, and you see here it shows unwind from edu with unwind segue. Perfect. So here it is. Now we go here, give it a name. So basically unwind to demo graphic from edu. All right, cool. So here is the name of the segue. Control C, go back to this guy, right? And you can see that there is an unwind segue in here. Now we go back to the select. Go back here. Where is it? The select education. And I'm just gonna put the unwind segue here. This is the unwind from demographic. Here we are. And now we go back here, and we are here. The cancel. We go here and assistant, right? And basically let's do the cancel case. Here is the cancel. Cancel clicked, and this will just dismiss through, and we're good. And then basically this button is when you click on it, we go, for example, option clicked, and basically we need to either we create one for each one of them, right? So this one is this guy. We can also do this guy also, the high school and master and PhD, trade school, and here, and prefer not to say. Here we are. I did this because there was no table view, UI table view yet, right? So, all right. So now when you click here and you look at the tag, so basically you see here this tag is 0. Let's make it 1. It's tag 1, and then tag 2. Go here, tag 3. And similarly tag 4. I like to play with these tags, but you can create an on click for each one. 4, 5. So this is 4, 5, 6. Here's 6 and 7. Okay, perfect. So now the sender, I know it's not any, it's a UI button, so I can do something like that, right? So let's drag this a little bit here. And now I can do tag. So basically let tag equals sender dot tag. Right, so we have the tag now. If tag is equal to 1, and so on. So it starts from 1. If you click here, you see that it starts from 1. So basically here we need the option. So we have a var option equals, and it is below high school. Actually, we can get it from the string. I don't even need a tag. I think I can get it from the string. So I'll close that all. I'll do sender dot text dot label, title label dot text. I think I can do something like that. Text. Let's see if this print option. I don't need even the tags. So let's see if this works. Let's see. All right. So we start. We enter something here. We enter something here. We go next. and then we select the education. You see below high school, we're getting below high school, bachelor degree, prefer not to say. So I think it's fine. We don't need these tags. So we have the options, right? So basically we can even unwrap it here to avoid the wrapping situation here. So we have the option. We can even do this as a let, right? So basically now we can store it here. So basically I need that option to be a string. So var option string question mark. So basically here I could do self dot option equal something like this, and then basically now I do perform segue, and identifier is this, which is the segue here. This segue, I can copy its identifier from here. Control C, we click here again. This is the identifier, and this is self. All right, good. So now we're good here. We're able to do this. Now we need to prepare for segue. If segue dot identifier is equal to this one, then we know let view controller equal to segue dot destination, as we're going back to the demographic. So it's the demographic view controller, and then we can send it the option, and that option, so basically when we send it back the unwind segue, we can deposit the value into the so basically if you look here, we have a response object, right? And that response object lives also in the demographic view controller, right? So now we can just deposit it inside the demographic view controller. So here is the response object. Let's create a variable, and we call it, for example, this is the education string question mark, right? So basically what I can do is when I'm selecting the education, I can do VC, which is the, here it is, VC, which is the view controller, which is the demographic view controller dot response dot education equals self dot option. All right, and that takes care of that situation. So now I don't need all of this. So now if we go back to the demographic view controller, upon unwind, I can go here and print, just to show you where we are, response dot education. All right, just to give you an idea of where we're at. So run this again. Now if you look at the select education, we're not printing education anywhere here, right? We're here, click this, enter the name, enter the email, click on next, select the education, cancel, nothing happens, right? Select education, let's say below high school, and below high school is being printed. Notice it's being printed in the demographic view controller, right? So basically what I can do is I can have some if-else statements here. So basically I can create a method, for example, that displays, I could do something like this. If response dot education is equal to nil, right, then I need to display, so if we go back here, I need to display an A here. So basically I need this guy here, edu label. So basically I need to do edu label dot text equal to n/a, else edu dot text equals response dot education. Okay, so now if we run this, you will see that it worked fine. This is the unwind, right? So here we are, click on start, enter some text here, click on next, we are here, select high school, select again, master degree, select again, trade school, select again, cancel, select again, prefer not to say. So we're good with the education, right? And the other ones are exactly the same. So education is the same. This one also is, I'm not going to do that. It's exactly the same idea. But let's see what do they need here. So they want the notification center approach to receive data from the marital status. Good. So the marital status is the next one. So we are here. The marital status is this one. Good. Here we are. And it uses the notification center. Excellent. It's very easy to do the notification center. So here we are, same story, marital status. We just go from the select here. We drag, drop, show. We are here. Good. So now the demographic view controller needs to register. So the demographic view controller, because it's going to receive data, so it needs to register to subscribe. It needs to subscribe to some kind of notification, right? And that requires creating a method, a specific method. And then the other one is basically publish, right? So basically to post, right? So basically to do this, there's a method that we need to write, which is obj. Let's see, objc. This is Objective C. This is a boilerplate again, and it's a function on receive marital status. All right, and it will receive a notification of type notification. All right, here we are. And then similarly, you need to subscribe. So basically, to subscribe, we do to notification dot notification center, right? Notification center dot default dot add observer, right? And then the observer is self, right? The selector, you just do pound selector, and it's going to appear now. Selector, and then it's the on receive. You see here, I'm not typing that much, right? On receive marital status notification. So basically this one is out here. The name of the notification is notification name, right? So basically notification dot name, and then here it is, and here we are. Sorry, Control Z. Use notification name and give it a name. So let's say, for example, notify marital status, right? Here it is. And then the object is nil. We're just not going to send any objects, right? Here we are. And that is the way you add an observer, right? So I added an observer. This is selector, which is the method that we're going to use. And then this is the name of the notification. Perfect. So that's done. Okay, good. So now I'm just going to copy this notification name. I'm going to need it. Where? In the marital status. So now this is just subscribing, connecting this to the method. Now the notification, we're going to send inside it an object, which is going to be a string. So we'll do if notification dot object, right, is not equal to nil, right? Then we're going to do this. We're going to get the let's go back to the here, and we go back to marital status and go from here to here, and this is marital label. All right. So now here we are going to go to demographics again. We have the label, right? So basically you see this marital label. We're going to do marital label dot text equals string of equal to notification dot object as string. Okay, cool. So basically we just cast it as a string, and we're good to go and done. So basically we're just doing that. Else we are going to do notification text equals to NA. We don't need this other one, but anyhow, that's what we're doing here. Okay, Control C, and basically that's what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to remove that stuff from here. We register a notification center, marital status, when we receive it as a part of the notification object, and we cast it to a string because we're going to send back a string. Good. So now this is this. Now select marital status. We remove all of that stuff from here. We go back here, and same story. So basically this is the marital status, and we're going to go and get the segmented control. Here it is, segmented control from here to here, and this is the marital segmented control. Here it is. And then this is the cancel button. One to cancel clicked. And this is the submit clicked. Here it is. Alright. Good. So this one dismiss. Alright, so this one you dismiss through animation true. And then this one on submit clicked. So in submit clicked, I need in demographics, I need to say notification name. Here it is. Cool. Here it is. Good. and we go back again here, and I just need the notification name. Here we are. Good. So now what I need to do is to figure out which one you clicked. So basically I just do string. Let's go back in again here, and marital status, we start with married, so string. So let's say var state option equals not married. Alright, so basically we go and check to see if self dot marital segmented control dot index, so selected index is equal to 1, then option equals something, otherwise option equals something else. Control C, else if, and this is gonna be 2. So the first one is not married, and that's what we have here, and then the second one is married. So we go and copy this one, married, and prefer not to say. Prefer not to say, okay. Prefer not to say, lowercase s, there it is, and then the second one is married. Okay, good. Good, so basically we have that. Now when we're done, we go in and do the notification center dot post, and we post this object, which is the string, as the object. Okay, cool. So we can post a whole object if we want, right? So basically we'll do something like this. We'll do notification center, again notification center dot default dot post, right? And then you see here there is a name and object. Name is this one, the same name that the other one is subscribed to or registered for. Here it is. And then the object you are sending is option. Cool. And it's a string, you know, we can cast it, we can make sure it's a string by doing something like this. String, it's a string, see here. All right, it is a string. Good. So now we are in, and you see here, you just, this is you post, and then we just dismiss. Cool. So then we go in and dismiss. Cool. So now if you see, what is going to happen is that the notification center is going to receive the marital status, and it's just going to dismiss. Or it dismisses after sending it the marital status. So we go back here. Here we are. Start. We are. Type in something here. Type in something here. Click on next. And let's pick the marital status, right? And you see here that if I click on married, I click on submit, and it shows married. Click on select, cancel, dismisses. Click here. I click on prefer not to say. Submit, shows prefer not to say. And then similarly, you click on not married, click here, it shows not married. And we're sending this data back through the notification center. Excellent. So it's very straightforward, very easy to do, and so on. Now, what else is needed? So the last approach is by using the delegate approach to send data for what? To the income. Okay, good. So now this one is for the income. Good. So now let's go and look at that income screen. And where is it? Here it is. Okay, now let's look a little bit here, and I'm going to do something like this, and then this action on slider changed. All right, here it is, and I just need also the slider, so I'll go here, from here to here, and this is the income slider, and this is cancel clicked. And then on submit clicked. Good. Submit clicked. Alright, good. Here it is. So now again, it seems that there are, what are the options? So if we go here, what are the options? Here are the options. Okay. Control C, and just to figure it out, here it is. So what are the options? These are the options. Right, so less than 20k. Okay, from here to here, and greater than 2000k. Okay, good. So these are this. What does it say you should do? From 0 to 4. So the slider should go from 0 to 4. So you see here it goes from the value right now So let's say from 0 to 4, right? And then the value is what? So they are saying that the value is at 0, 1, 2. So it's at 2, right? The value is at 2. Okay. So right now the value is at 2. Okay. Okay, good. So it's at 2. So okay. So this one is from 0 to 1, let's say, and this is from 1 to 2, and then this is from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, let's say 4 to 5, right? Something like that. And this means that this should go all the way to 6, not to 5. But anyhow, I'm not interested in this. Sorry, I mean to 5, not to 5. And then this guy is at, let's say, 2.5. 2.5 in the middle. All right, good. So now we just need the value. So basically what I'm going to do on the slider changed, right? And okay, so now in order to do this, as you move it, the value changes. Okay, good. So now we can do a var option equals, and it is going to be the middle one to start with, which is this one, right? Here we are. Okay, good. So now on slider change, and this is going to be the slider, right? If slider sender dot progress okay, it doesn't give us the option to do that. I'm sure it does, so I'll do income if income slider dot progress. Okay, so let's see. Let's have a look again. So we go back here. Oh, it's value. It's called value. All right, good. So that's the value, the color side of the value. So we don't need that even. We could do it like this. If sender dot value is greater than 0 and greater than or equal to 0, right? And sender dot value is less than 1, right? Then something, right? And so on, control C, else if, here we are, if it's greater than 1, less than 2, okay, control C, control V, if it's 2 and 3, control C, control V, between 3 and 4. So the end is this double end. Let's minimize the side here. Alright, sender dot value. Alright, here we are. So, and it's less than 4. Else is the other option. Else is the remaining one, which is this one. Okay, good. So now option equals, so basically if it is between 2 and 3, then option equal to this, otherwise option equal to something else. Do this, control C, control V, control V, and control V. So this one is going to be less than this here, and less than this one, and we're done with this. Then we take this one, here we are, and then this one is here we are, and that's the option. And then there is a label here, so we get the label, which is the income label. There it is. And then we're going to do the income label text equal option. Alright, so we have all of these values done. Now, do we get here at any stage? So now to do the income, we just need to click the button and then go from here to here and show. Right, so let's try this and see if this works. Okay, we start, type in something here, type in something here, click on next, and income, it doesn't work. Okay. So if we click on this guy, where's the income one? Here's the income. And if we click on here, it shows this one. Okay, cool. So now does it show income? Yes, select income. Now if we go to select education, okay, select income view controller, here it is. Here we are, start, type in something here, type in something here, next, select income, and this is not working. Yeah, I think I wired it to select living status, that's why. Alright, so now let me fix that. Okay, so close this, go back here, and you can see that it is the wrong one. Alright, delete this, go from here, Control Shift here, show, run it again. Okay. I want to see when I drag it, does it move? So let's go here, start, type in something here, type in something here, next, income. Now, as you move it, it's changing, right? Here it is, we're good. Good, so now this is done. That's the income part, we're done with this. Now we want a delegate approach. So now to do the delegate approach, then the demographic view controller, which is this screen, which is this guy, needs to declare the protocol. So basically let's go up here and we have a protocol. So we do a protocol and we call it, for example, the demographic protocol. All right, and it has a function, and no, it's just a definition of a function, and it's not going to return anything, void, right? It's not going to return anything. And for example, I could say set or send selected income, and this is the value is going to be the income selection. So basically the selection, right? And then basically the selection and the which is a string, right? We're going to send back a string, which is whatever we're displaying. All right, here it is. This is the protocol, right? We copy that, and then this guy implements the protocol by doing extension of the demographic view, and here is the protocol. And then it's not going to be happy because there is a method that we declared. The protocol cannot have an inheritance clause extension. Oh, sorry, it's the demographic view controller extends the protocol. Right, here we are. Yes. So basically here it is, and then you implement the subs, which is the method. You receive this here. Good. So basically it's going to receive it here. So we need the label for the income, which is this label from here to here, and we can call it, for example, the income label. All right. And then basically once you receive it, we do this. We do the response dot income. We don't have that variable or what? Let's see. So we go back here to the response class. We add the income variable. Call it income. All right. Go back again to the demographic. Response dot income equals selection. All right, we're good here. And then basically we do the same thing. So basically we do the income label dot text equals selection, and we're good to go. All right, we're good to go. That's how we're going to receive that back. And now in order to transition, so basically if we go here, you see we need to send the delegate to this screen. So now if we go back again, this is the protocol, right? So basically we go to marital, not the marital one, it's the income selection. So we close all of this and right click, show in tab. Here's the income selector, and it should have a variable, and we can call it delegates. So we can call it the income delegate, right? And here we are, and it has a question mark. Good. So now that's the income delegate. Now we go back again. We want to send it, so we have to name this segue something. So we go back here, give it an identifier, go to select income, copy that, demographic again, and we do the same thing. Prepare for segue. Where is the prepare? Do we have prepare here anywhere? No. Let's do prepare. If segue dot identifier is equal to this. Now we do let view controller equal segue dot destination as income. Select income view controller vc dot income delegate equal self, right? Self, because you see here this guy implements the protocol, right? So now if you go back to the select income again, so here is the select income. After you click cancel, when you click cancel, we just dismiss, right? We're gonna do dismiss through. While this one, we have the delegate. When you submit, so basically all we have to do is we do the delegate self dot income delegate dot set or send selection. The selection is option, self dot option, right? And then dismiss. True. Okay, perfect. So now we'll run this again, and you'll see that we'll be sending back the, here it is. Type in something, next, income, you pick one of these, click on submit, and it appears here. You pick one of these, click on submit, and here it is. You pick this one, submit, here it appears. Select, cancel, dismiss. Alright, perfect. So you could see that we're able to communicate back using the delegate approach, and that's also very straightforward. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.